Hi, I'm Vineet Trakroo from Evolution Strategy Advisors, and I've been running this company for the last 7 years. I'd like to talk to you today about some of my experiences with corporate and consulting organizations since the last 7 years. Uh, One of the things which we're going to talk about today is the power of within. Uh, the secret of any organization's success lies from in within. This is what I have understood after working in the industry and consulting multiple clients, close to 100 clients. And what one of the things which we've realized is working across different sectors like pharma, automobiles, consumer durables, FMCG. Today, products are no longer differentiated. There's very little difference between the products. Could be a fragrance, could be a design. There's very little difference. Uh, it's they have become actually commodities. So, with not really significant changes happening on the technological front, or not many new ideas coming across, you have a no not a limited amount of innovation happening. You see products actually look very similar uh, in functionality as well as in delivery. What actually is differentiating companies is not the product, but it is the service which they offer and the way they offer it. Today, I think one thing which we need to be aware of is all companies, whichever sector you're in, if they do not evolve, if they do not uh, change the way they work, sooner or later somebody will offer the services which they are doing. So whether it's an e-commerce replacing a traditional retail, or a modern retail store replacing a traditional retail, this will continue to be evolving. And if an organization doesn't evolve, it eventually dies. So as you must have come across a lot of data. Organizations don't live beyond, on an average of 20 to 25 years, or maybe even lesser today in the e-commerce and the dot-com world. Some of the companies which have actually lived longer than much longer has been like IBM and GE, which have significantly evolved from what they were offering earlier. So today, what differentiates company is deliveries. Is This is what we're actually going to discuss, and the customer experience. These are the two things. So if you've built up a customer base, I think, and they are loyal to you, the tendency of you being considered is higher. And the challenges which an organization faces in this kind of a delivery is primarily on a couple of factors which we will discuss. The first thing which we see is customer identification. So this is one big challenge. Organizations have not been able to identify the right customer. They go too wide or too narrow. Because they need to justify the volumes, they are not always actually targeting the right set of customer which should contribute to the base of the business. An ability of an organization to differentiate. So since most products are commodities, and you look this increasingly in pharma or even automobiles, the products look more or less similar, or they don't. They probably in pharma they have the same molecules. Now, how would you differentiate a product like that? So it's more through a service or through a delivery which you can differentiate a product like that. Now, what is that organization doing to change the customer or the consumer's perception about this product? Uh, and how do they not look at it like it's a commodity? So one is, do they identify what really needs to be communicated internally? The first line of attack which an organization has is its sales force, which eventually goes to distributors or to influencers, and then it further goes on to maybe even service in certain industries, which becomes a supporting factor, especially in durable industry. Now, if we are not able to identify what are the key benefits of the product, and if it doesn't run through the channel, then it never gets communicated to the customer. That is the biggest primary challenge which we have seen across industry. The second most important thing is the losses which happen in the sales process. So a sales process involves a certain stages in sales, right from customer identification to customer acquisition, retention, and taking the till the order is closed. Now that is where you see a number of losses. Most organizations are unable to record or identify why this loss is happening, and this is an information which remains with the person who's handling the person directly, which is either the distributor or the salesperson who is involved. The question is, are we going down to that level and asking these people as to what really is the problem? Now, this is something which we've mastered over the year, and what we've understood is when you go down to these people and ask them the right questions, you actually understand what is the problem. And it's not just that, they also give you the answers to the problem. So, in effect, what we are looking at is a complete ecosystem which holds the knowledge of why an organization is not successful, but we still yet to tap into that. And that is something which we've been doing for a number of years now, and we realize that if you are actually able to tap in and understand that, a growth of at least 20 to 30% is like just a quarter away. Thank you.